It's Vicki Lee. I'm bringing you short stories of faith, of miracles, of things that we need to glean from and be encouraged as we walk through this world that's moving faster and faster and ever changing. We can always come to our faith. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are the rock that we as Christians can come to that's never changing. His word is eternal, it never changes. We have that. And the heroes of our faith are many times nameless, maybe even faceless people that cross our paths. I played 17 years in retirement centers. I was in memory care lockdown units, assisted living, independent living. I did just a myriad of work with the elderly, going in, performing musically, and then going to the next location and performing musically again. I loved it. I have just shut it down so that I can do this ministry. But what a great love I have had in those corridors. There's one particular event that I went and played, and I want to share this story with you because one of the greatest faith heroes I've ever known was a nameless, faceless woman in one of those facilities. I had to go through the front door to get to the back of the building. So I have a large keyboard that I would roll up against my chest and roll it through because it's heavy. And then I had a little cart with my little setups that I would do. So when you have to go through doors and in and out and whatnot and try to get to the back of the building, it's quite the obstacle course to get all of that done. When I got done with the performance, which was a wonderful event, I thought to myself, you better get out of here because there's a hallway where they're going to start convening and lining up for dinner. They eat early. And if you get caught in that, you're going to be waylaid. You're going to be caught up. So I got with my large keyboard and I got in that hallway and they had already lined up. I wasn't at the door and I couldn't get to the door or through the door. Now, with the elderly, you have to be careful because they're fragile and you just don't go turning fast corners with them. It was better for me to wait as we stood in line. So I am sitting there in line, and right across from me, kind of catty corner from me, there's a bed. And there's a nurse at the head of the bed. They are obviously going to wheel the most geriatric patient I had ever witnessed into the dining room. This woman, I couldn't really see her, but she was lying flat and she needed everything. If she could have been put in a wheelchair to go in to eat, she would have. She was being wheeled in a bed because that's all she could do. And I saw her and I began to feel really sorry for her and that condition of total helplessness. That nurse was going to have to feed her when they got into the dining room. And so as I'm standing there waiting, I began to hear the sweetest voice singing, "It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul." Now, there's a hymn, "It is well with my soul," that has a melody line, but that's not what she was singing. She didn't care about the verse or the chorus or really a melody line. Her Somebody in that room was just singing, "It is well with my soul." And then the nurse at the head of that bed began singing it with her. And soon the whole hallway was singing, "It is well with my soul." And I realized that that woman, the most geriatric woman I had ever seen, was the woman singing that song. That obviously still affects me. Wow, to be in such a circumstance and yet to be so free in that circumstance. That is a hero of our faith, a true hero of our faith. I talked in another video about being sanctified, being set apart unto Him. She used that time to be set apart unto the Trinity, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And she was in such a state of spiritual calm that she could say, "It is well with my soul." She had the time. The Lord was sanctifying her and setting her apart through that circumstance, and she was willing to do it and to sing it to the world because it just flowed from her. I never saw her face. I never knew her name, but I will forever be grateful that I was stuck in that hallway that day. Sometimes when it's not working out for us, it's working out. Sometimes when we have to take a detour or we're late or we're stuck, we're not really stuck. God is going to show us something in that moment. Try to be open and willing. I know I became willing when I began to understand why I got stuck in a hallway to experience the greatest faith hero I've ever witnessed. God bless you as you go through your day. Be blessed.